What's good, YouTube? House of Champs back here, and it's been a while since I've done a Duel School. I'm going to go over a few rulings. We're going to go over NobleDragon versus Wisdom Eye. We're going to go over basically old card text that have been errated that you should know about, and we're going to try to get it so you never lose to a bad ruling again if you can help it. So, first off, let's go over NobleDragon. Let's read its Pendulum Zone effect. If you do not have a Magician card in your other Pendulum Zone, destroy this card. So what Wisdom Eye does is, if you have a Magician or Performapal card in your other Pendulum Zone, you can destroy this card, and if you do, place a Magician Pendulum monster from your deck in your Pendulum Zone, except Wisdom Eye Magician. So even if you replace Wisdom Eye Magician with another Magician and it poofs and reappears, the argument people have been saying is that NobleDragon can't interrupt the chain. But the problem is it sees that for a moment there is no other Magician in the other zone, and it will destroy itself. The reasoning for this is, let's say, I'm going to give you a specific situation with Call the Haunted. And no matter what, when Call the Haunted goes, the monster it's attached to goes as well. When this card leaves the field, destroy that target. When the target is destroyed, destroy this card. So let's say I have two Mystical Space Typhoons in my hand, and you have a face-up Call the Haunted and one face-down back row. I activate my first Mystical Space Typhoon on your face-down back row. You say, okay. I chain my second Mystical Space Typhoon, destroying your face-up Call the Haunted that is attached to a monster. You say, okay, and the chain resolves. My first Mystical Space Typhoon is destroying the Call the Haunted, but the chain is not finished, and my second MST still needs to resolve. But your monster is going to die because Call the Haunted is going. Even though you're not supposed to interrupt a chain, Call the Haunted is dying, and the condition is that it's going to destroy that other monster. So no matter what, Call the Haunted is going to drag whatever it was attached to with it. NobleDragon is very similar to this, in that it's going to witness that there was no Magician at one point, even if you swap Wisdom Eye out for another Magician. Alright, continuing on, let's go ahead and get to old, outdated card text. If you're seeing a First Ed or IOC compulsory evacuation device, it just says return one monster on the field to its owner's hand and does not say target. You need to keep up to date with erratas, and this is a perfect example of why. Maybe somebody uses an OG compulse on you and you're like, I thought this card targeted. You need to be very versed in erratas and the most modern card text if you want to be competitive at this game. As we see in the P Gold 2 compulsory evacuation device, target one monster on the field, return that target to the hand. So compulse does indeed target, even though the old text has no targeting in it. Targeting was put into the game overall, like, here's another example. We have the word select on Creature Swap, but Creature Swap does not select, yet other cards that used to say select did target. So the problem is that we have old cards that did not have problem-solving card text that existed in their card, and certain cards meant other things, like some cards that selected, they decided did target, some did not. So you have to be very versed in erratas so you don't get something happening to you that you could prevent or that shouldn't be happening. As you see, the newest Creature Swap does not have the word select. Each player chooses one monster they control and switches. Now, a card does not target unless it says target on that card. So always keep that in mind as well. But also keep in mind, like the old compulse, that you have to know which cards are errated to target. Like, look at this Dimensional Prison. Activate only when your opponent declares an attack. Remove from play the attacking monster. That does not say target, but the new Dimensional Prison from the structure deck says, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster, banish the target. Always keep in mind to keep up with the most current text on cards so that people using old cards for fashion do not take advantage and basically say, oh, this card does not say target, man. Like, be sure to, it's the age of smartphones. You can always pull up text if you need be, but you're not supposed to do that in a major tournament, so you can call judge and confirm, because you really shouldn't be showing your opponent that way so you don't get anything happening to you since you're not supposed to use your phone. Moving on. How to never lose a ruling to a judge again when you are 100% sure this is the way it works. First, this is rule 0. Always go up to the head judge of your event if you have a questionable ruling beforehand. Believe it or not, judges are not scary people that are just there to ruin your day. Judges are extremely nice people that basically give their time to make sure we can continue playing the game we play. While there are a few bad apples in every single kind of, you know, politicians, you have, you know, social workers, you're always going to have somebody who does have an attitude or has an off day. But judges overall are here to help us play the game. They're not in it for themselves. They don't get anything out of it. They don't get a power trip out of it. They are here to ensure. They're here to help you. Look at these faces. This man is one of the best judges I know. Like, so is he. Like, these people are extremely nice and they're here to help your game. So rule 0. Ask a head judge before the event on any questionable rulings. I did this before YCS Dallas with window rulings. I got some that I did not currently think worked that way, and so I went in the day knowing my ruling for that event. Even if they are not correct about the ruling, you can always sit down and explain your reasoning, and perhaps they will even change it. I have a story on that later. So, well, actually right now. So, Shonen Jump Championship Series Atlanta, way back, we're going back, 2008. I had Solar Recharge in hand and activated it. Discard 1 Lightsworn card monster, draw 2 cards, and send the other top 2 cards from your deck to the graveyard. So, it's a discard, and then send to the graveyard. My opponent had a face-up Dimensional Fissure, and they were saying I could not activate Solar Recharge. My first judge came over, and I did step 1, remain calm. You always remain calm. Step 2, ask their reasoning. I asked him why the cost is discarding, the milling part does not have to go to the graveyard. He was saying it was a restriction. Step 3, I stayed in mind that the cost is to discard and that it does not require them to go to the graveyard. It just sends them, and if they would be instead banished because of the text on here. Any monster sent to the graveyard is removed from play instead. This is not part of the cost. The judge did not agree to me, and I appealed to the head judge. Now, the head judge actually said that I could not do this. And so, again, you go 5. After the situation is explained to the head judge, repeat steps 2 and 3. Ask their reasoning. I asked his reasoning, and then I calmly stated mine, and he said, hold up, you may be right. I'm going to go check this. The head judge came back and came to me and said, you are correct. I've looked up into the matter, and you can activate Solar Recharge while Dimensional Fissure is on the field. Dimensional Fissure was not a commonly played card at this point. Stun was just becoming more of a thing, and I was able to get my correct ruling and play my cards. It did help that I was the feature match for that round, and that Jason Grabermeyer was there, probably. But the fact of the matter is I stayed calm. I stated my reasoning calmly. You cannot get irritated. You cannot blow up on a judge. The judge is there to help your game. They're not there to ruin your day. They can get things wrong too. They're human. You have to remember this. While you want the purest state of this game, you want the pure state of competition, mishaps happen. But if you stay calm, you state yourself as clearly as possible. Do not get upset. Do not get frustrated. And just word everything you can the way that you can give it to them. And I know not everybody's amazing with words. Not everybody's going to be clearly stating. But if you study the game and you can state why things are the way they are, you should be good. Remember, judges are here to be your friends. They are here to help. They are here to make this experience the best experience that you can possibly have. They're not here to power trip. They're not here for any of that stuff that I hear a lot of people complain about. They are here, for the most part, just to help the game progress. So, thanks for watching. Remember your rulings. Remember to check your card erratas. Remember to keep up. It's very hard. There are many, many cards in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! So it's very hard to know. But if you plan to be competitive, you need to know current text on cards. You need to know why things work the way they do. And you always remember Rule 0. A head judge will always be, even at a YCS, they usually have a sit-down Friday where you can ask the judges the rulings. They'll all meet, and you can go ask the judge Saturday about your ruling. This has been House of Champions, and thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Remember to like the video if you've liked Duel Schools, and please, 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 we've been doing live shows on Twitch. If you see this bar scrolling up top with donors, we have raffles for live Twitch giveaways. You see the empty chat box below. That's usually active. We'll have people in the stream chat talking and be watching either just us rank grind on Dueling Network. We'll have shows and part of the Zodiac Duels tournament series. So be sure to stay tuned, and I really enjoy doing this video. If you have any other questions for Duel Schools, put them in the comments below. Thanks.